Hello everyone and welcome to week 13. In my opinion, the information that we'll cover this week on factoring is some of the most important information you need for any math class. So if you are planning to go on to take MAT055 or to go on into MAT120, this information is going to be very important. Please pay attention and know the vocabulary that we're using when we're asking you to find the greatest common factor. Factoring by grouping is when we have four terms together. We break them up into two little groups and factor them separately. And then factoring trinomials is also something very important, and you may have learned different methods in how to do this in previous math classes. However you learn how to do it, this is what you've got to know to be able to go on into any other math class. I want to take a quick jump over to the review that we have that's due this week, because our test is also due to be completed by this Tuesday. You have to know the vocabulary. You have to know what a term is, what a polynomial is. And then monomial, binomial, trinomial, all different kinds of polynomials. You have to know how to FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. And then you're going to have to learn the rules that deal with exponents. Please know the difference between whether the base of an exponent is in parentheses or if it's not. Make sure you remember that anything raised to the 0 power is just 1. You've got to know the rules for dealing with quotients. You've got to know the rules for dealing with products and quotients and negative exponents. And please keep in mind and remember that negative exponents have nothing to do with making the whole term negative. All that symbol means when it's in an exponent is that you are taking the reciprocal. You have to know the power rule and how to deal with scientific notation. And if you have questions on any of these items, and you haven't yet taken the test, please ask. I want to make sure that you understand this. That's the most important thing about this review, is that it's giving you a heads up about what you need to know and what will be on the test. When you are adding and subtracting different terms, you have to make sure that you have like terms. So an x squared term can be combined with another x squared term. A 5 cannot be combined with a 5x term, but an x term can be combined with another x term. When we are dealing with subtracting polynomials, remember that we have to distribute that subtraction sign to each term in the polynomial. The word from means I'm not taking this and subtracting this. I'm subtracting this from the second polynomial. So we start with this and then we subtract this term, lining up the like terms. Here we are multiplying by a monomial. You have to distribute. Here we also have to distribute. So the 2x has to be multiplied times each of the 3 terms in the second polynomial. Then the minus 3 has to multiply times each terms in the second polynomial. This is an example when you have a binomial times a binomial where we are FOILing. First times first, outer times outer, inner times inner, and last times last. What does this mean? This does not mean 4x squared minus 3 squared. What this means is it's going to look like this. 4x minus 3 times 4x minus 3, and then you FOIL it. Please don't make up your own rules. Please keep in touch and understand what the rules are saying. And if you don't get it, ask before you go in to take that test. Here's some more examples where you have to distribute and use the rules of the exponents. And dividing by a monomial, you're going to break this rational expression, or this division problem, into 3 separate little mini divisions. So the first term is divided by 7x squared, and then you're subtracting the second term by 7x squared, and then you're adding the third term, dividing it by 7x squared. So you're bringing it up into 1, 2, 3 separate division problems or fractions, and simplify each one separately. Word problems. You have to be able to interpret what information is important and what isn't, and don't just rush to do the math. Make sure you answer the question. When we're finding area, make sure you use the correct units. We're dealing with decimeters here, so your result for area is going to be decimeters squared. Be able to explain what the rules mean and how to deal with the different polynomials. Perimeter means you're just adding these different terms together, combining like terms. And be able to do all of the questions that are on this review. As I said, it's going to look a lot like your test number 4. They're going to be very similar to each other. Make sure you can identify the word problems and again pick out the important information. If you have any questions, let me know, and good luck on the test. I will certainly let you know as soon as I have them back, and I will try to get them graded as soon as I can after I get them back. All your grades are out on your grade book in D2L right now, so check them out. If you have any questions, let me know, and I highly, highly, highly recommend you send an envelope to me with this last stop in at the testing center so I can get your tests back to you. That's the best way to review for the final that's going to be here before you know it. Good luck, and I'll be speaking with you soon. Have a good week.